Okay, stand up and look at the camera and say hi to it.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back. We're just gonna get these two girls dressed and head down and see if they're pouring the footings yet. Are you ready to get dressed?
No.
Well, I just got here and they are doing something. It looks like they're building the forms for the footings. And my parents are meeting me here, so we'll go see how it's looking.
Jeez, Deb, that's a big basement.
Well, if you dig about 10 feet out around the whole thing, that's the garage right there. That's the edge of the house.
Yes, they leave this so that the foundation, the pad, is...
But I mean, that's the edge of the house, so all of this is like extra.
yeah, well, they need to be able to get on both sides, right, for the cribbing and all that.
Pretty interesting to see where all the footings are for the house and kind of see the shape of it.
Hey guys, so one thing we've noticed living as far away as we do from our lot is that obviously we want to be there as much as possible, right? Like that's a given. We go down probably about once or twice a week, especially because we have family down there. But if we could be there every single day, we would. Like we would love to just sit and watch every single step happen, and we just can't. I guess that seems obvious, but I guess it's just one of those things to keep in mind. Be prepared to wish that you could see even more. I think part of it is we wish that we got a little bit more detail in the updates that we were getting from the builder, which is probably just the factor of it not being a custom build with a custom builder. There's less detail to be coordinating with the owner on. Instead of something that is completely custom and every single detail is exactly what we specified, this is a house that they've built 35 times before in the last year. They kind of know what they're doing and they just move forward doing it.
And even just the process, sometimes they'll say, we'll be doing this on this day, and then they have a little extra time and they do it the day before. So you go down to see the next step and the next step is already done.
Which I guess is good, and I get why they don't give you a ton of updates when they're building that many homes. It's just not feasible. So it's not really a complaint, it's just if you're using a builder who's building lots of homes all at once versus somebody who's just doing your custom home and maybe a few others, you're gonna get fewer updates, which is fine.
The schedule, they told us from the beginning that they would give us kind of what's going on that week, but not give us a day because they kind of fit it in where they can fit it in.
If you're expecting everything to be planned out like to the hour, it's probably not, right? The schedule is a lot more fluid than that. Sometimes things go faster than they plan and sometimes things go slower than they plan. Especially since we're trying to go down and like get some video of all of this, it's kind of hard because we don't know exactly when it's going to be.
the neighbors gave us the best tip. So we've been going down quite often, and we've met a lot of the people that are building, and one of the neighbors told us a lot of the houses that finished when theirs finished, they didn't leave enough dirt. They left the dirt about 2 inches below the sidewalk level, and now before they can put in a yard, they have to haul in and pay for a lot of dirt. So he gave us a really good tip to ask them to leave the dirt and don't haul it away.
Which they were perfectly willing to do. It's just that if you don't say something, it's possible that your builder's just going to assume that you don't want a big pile of dirt when they leave, so they'll haul it off and use it on another property or even sell it or something like that. So if you plan on landscaping, raising some of the levels of dirt or putting in some slopes or anything like that, then while they're digging the hole, make sure to talk to them and say, hey, leave any dirt that's left over. Which, as soon as we asked, they said, yeah, no problem, sure, we'll just leave a big pile of dirt for you, that's fine. But we had to ask. That was especially important for us because I don't think that we're gonna lay sod, at least not across the whole property. It would just be too expensive. But when you lay sod, you actually do want to leave about 2 inches above the level of the dirt for the sod to sit on top. But our plan right now is actually to bring somebody in to hydroseed it, like that green spray that you see on the side of freeways sometimes. And for that, we actually want the dirt levels to be at their final level and then just spray over the top of it.
So that was a really useful tip.
Yeah. Moral of the story is be prepared for the builder to give you less information than what you may be craving. Ask them for more.
Get to know your neighbors.
Get to know your neighbors, talk to them and hear their tips and their experience, because if you are working with a tract home builder, then most of them have just barely gone through the experience that you're starting to go through, so they have a lot of good tips.
Well, I accidentally deleted everything that Will and Michael recorded on Saturday when they went to get the foundation. Took all my photos off the card and didn't even think of dragging the other folder with all the video. So we're heading down to the lot again to reshoot. Are you ready to go?
Yes. Not so much.
Man, love that mountain. I guess Hannah's gonna stay in the car.
She falls asleep every time we come here.
Last time all you saw was footings. If we could find the footage, you would have seen walls, but now there's walls with some extra stuff. They've sealed it, and they put window wells on, and they put, wait, what was that? They put a kid in this window well. Debbie, do we want that? Or should we tell the builder we don't want that?
You better keep that one.
You want to keep that one?
Yeah, that's a good upgrade.
Okay. Yeah, I guess normally you'd have to pay for that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep it. Oh gosh. I bet Debbie wouldn't like me setting the camera down like that. Okay. So you can see they haven't totally finished the floor, the whole foundation yet. They got the footings and the walls in, and then the plumbing. This is actually a good time to go take a bunch of pictures or video, even if you aren't vlogging or something like that, just so that you have a record of where all this stuff is underneath the slab. If there's ever, years down the road, an issue and you need to know where a certain pipe is and where it goes and where it bends and where it connects, this is your time to get that documentation right now. This is the utility closet. You got that coming from the guest bathroom. This is all future basement bathroom. And what's this? Backwater valve. And it all kind of sinks up right here and flows out that way to the sewer. The house obviously is cool, but if you ask Michael, what's even cooler than the house?